was asked about the Greek Freak's contract, and the King had an interesting response. LeBron said, quote, "I don't know if I can relate to his situation. All of our situations are different." LeBron continued saying he was glad Giannis was committed to the Bucks, but, quote, "My situation and his situation, there's no similarities in it. It's totally different." Shannon, do you agree with what LeBron had to say?
I do, Skip. I believe the Bucks have shown Giannis and done a lot of things in good faith, that they're doing everything they possibly can, understanding that this is Milwaukee. This is not one of the coast, the East Coast, Miami, West Coast, LA. We're doing all we can to get people to come. And so basically, Skip, they're relegated to trading players in order to bring someone in. The likelihood of them landing a big-time free agent to come to Milwaukee is not going to happen. LeBron says, I didn't have faith in Dan Gilbert, that Dan Gilbert was going to continuously spin and do everything that he possibly could to make sure. Skip, I'm looking at some of the people that they brought in, okay? Cavs, and they had Mo Williams, who was 33 years old. They had Antoine Jameson. And then you had a 38-year-old Shaq. And then Anthony Parker to go up against the Boston's Big Three. LeBron is looking like, and now, if you gave LeBron Shaq in 2000, 2003 Shaq, okay, LeBron says, okay, now you got something. But you give me Shaq at 37, 38, that's a different ball game, Skip. So what Milwaukee showed him by trading for Holiday, giving up future assets, by trying to get Bogdan, who says, hold on, yeah, I would like to come to Milwaukee and play with Giannis because I'm going to get a lot of open looks. But let me see what I can get out here in free agency, and then I get back to you guys. So it showed him, Skip, they're doing everything in their power to bring players to surround Giannis. But 228 million ain't a bad sales pitch.
Nope.
At the end of the day, Skip, it's not like they offered him 50 million. We got 228 million for you. So for me, I believe the situations are different for one simple thing, Skip. When LeBron, from the time he was 17, he was thought of as a savior. He went to Cleveland that says he's about to change Cleveland's fortunes forever. He's about to shift the paradigm in the NBA. Nobody said that about Giannis. Giannis was at the tail end of the lottery, Skip. And so he's come on the scene the last 3 years, but he hadn't had the expectations, the weight of a franchise that LeBron had from the very beginning. So I think that's what LeBron is referring to when he says our situations are different.
Agreed times 100. I'm going to take it even deeper. When LeBron took his talents to South Beach, he was haunted. He was driven to win championships.
Yes.
He had been to one finals and gotten swept by the Spurs. He's looking around. I don't have enough help. I'm not a destination. Even me, in and of myself, I'm not enough to get people to come play in Cleveland, Ohio.
Correct.
And it wasn't just that he was thought of from age 17 as a savior. He told everybody, I am a savior.
Yes.
He was trying desperately to live up to his own tattoo across his back that he got in high school.
Right.
Chosen one.
Right.
He was trying to live up to, he chose to wear number 23.
Correct.
He borrowed the powder toss from Michael Jordan before the tip-off because he said to the world, I got next.
Right.
I'm the next Michael Jordan. Here I come.
Right.
Well, now you're entering your 8th season, as is Giannis at this point, and you're saying, man, and I did not blame LeBron 1 ounce or 1 second for saying, I got to take my talents to South Beach.
Right.
I need to join forces with Dwayne, who was like a big brother to him, and they were very close, and Dwayne helped show him the ropes. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
This is how you control your emotions and win championships.
D-Wade loved him. He loved LeBron like a brother, but he wasn't willing to leave South Beach to go to Cleveland.
No.
Because he was a free agent just like LeBron was.
And obviously, Chris Bosh was a perennial all-star in Toronto.
A 2010 guy.
Gifted scorer and rebounder. Okay, so no problem with that. But Giannis just showed you who he is and who he is not. Because Giannis never said, I'm the next anybody, did he?
No.
He's always a reluctant superstar, right? He sort of came from nowhere from Greece, and all of a sudden, he sort of wakes up and says, wow, I'm really good. I'm long. I'm 7 feet tall. He's not quite 7 feet, but he plays like he's 7 feet tall. And boy, I can run, I can dunk, I can block shots. And wait a second, the media loves me. All of a sudden, he became the national media's darling because he is a PER prince.
Yes.
Player efficiency rating. He's going to own it, dominate it. He's won it the last 2 years, led it the last 2 years. And all of a sudden, he's won MVPs back to back. And he was the defensive player of the year and the MVP last year. And I just think he woke up and said, I don't need to take my talents to South Beach. I don't want to go join forces with anybody.
Right.
I'm made for Milwaukee, and Milwaukee is made for me because we're a little bit in the shadows here. It's cool with me. I'm fine.
Skip, you remember I think it was last week, he said, if KD and LeBron wants to join me in Milwaukee.
Right. No.
Skip, you know nobody coming to Milwaukee.
But he knows that too.
Yes.
And ultimately, he does not care.
No.
Trust me, he is not driven to win championships. If it happens, great. And he said something at the end of his media session yesterday, let's get it. And it was so half-hearted. It was so inauthentic. It didn't ring true to me.
Yes.
It wasn't like, there was none of that going on. It was just, let's get it. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah. He just, they're going to be good. They had the best record. But what has happened to him the last 2 playoffs? What have we seen right on schedule?
Right.
Shrank, right? What happened? They go up 2-0 on Toronto. 2-0 on Toronto in the conference semifinals. And then what happened? Toronto built a wall across the lane with big bodies. Your new guy, Mark Gasol, Ibaka, Kawhi. They just said, no, you can't come in here. Siakam can't come in here. You got to shoot 10-foot jump shots. I don't have that. I don't have that part of my game, right? I can't shoot free throws. I can't shoot 10-foot jump shots. You're in trouble. And Toronto won 4 straight, and that was the end of that.
Yes.
Then last year, they just about got swept by the Heat, right?
Yes.
Okay? Because he shrank, because there's a way to nullify him in the postseason. So is he a superstar or not? You know, what's the Milwaukee slogan that they use? Fear the deer for the Bucks?
Yes.
Well, when it comes to the playoffs, it should be fear the deer in headlights, because the biggest deer goes in headlights.
Right.
And he doesn't have the game it takes to take you one more step to the next level. So they're working hard. They're doing the best. The Bogdanovich thing fell through. Okay, we get it. But they got Drew Holiday. He's a nice player. Again, he's made one all-star team a long time ago in Philadelphia.
He's a good defensive player.
He's a very good defensive player. So you still got Brook Lopez, and you still obviously got Chris Middleton, who's an all-star. And DiVincenzo didn't go, so he stayed because the Bogdanovich thing fell apart.
You still got Cottington.
They just re-signed Connaughton, and you added Bryn Forbes and Torrey Craig and DJ Augustine and Bobby Portis. So you got maybe a little better.
You got some better shooting. I like Augustine.
I know. I got it. I got it. So it's all about Giannis.
Yes.
And to me, he's a complementary superstar as opposed to being that guy, that dog, that alpha who can take you to the next level.
Right.
So he's made for Milwaukee because they got great hope. It's the 4th smallest market in the league. And they're very happy. He should be very happy. He got huge security money, right?
Yeah, that's generational. Well, you talking
generational wealth, okay? That's like 2 generations, maybe 3, okay? And yet you look at it, LeBron had to chase. He needed to chase championships. He set himself up to chase championships, and then he went to L.A., and here we go. And I'm good with it because that's who he has to be.
Skip, if you listen to LeBron, when LeBron got to L.A., he says, I'm going to put this team back to where they're used to being. It's winning championships. Yeah. Skip, if you look at LeBron, Skip, you remember they put LeBron on the cover of Sports Illustrated at 17, and they said chosen one. Now, you remember they did that to a football player. You remember Todd Marinovich? They called him robo-quarterback. And it shattered him because the expectations of what his dad had trained him, he had never had a McDonald's hamburger. No. Everything was nutritious, yada, yada, yada.
Now, that wasn't coming from that kid. That was more coming from the father.
Right. Yeah. But I'm just saying he was supposed to be go to USC and all this. But the expectations, think about the expectations that we've seen placed on LeBron James' shoulders since he was 17.
He welcomed, he embraced.
Yes.
And I'm fine with that.
Yes.
But you got to back it up.
Yes.
And so you got to chase. You need to go to Milwaukee, and then when Dwayne looks like he's on his last knees or legs, you got to go back to Kyrie and Kevin Love, and then you need to go get AD to come to L.A., I'm fine with that, but that's how you're built. That's what you set yourself up for.
It's a lot easier to recruit, Skip, when you're in Miami or you're in L.A. I mean, it's hard. Guys come to L.A., man, like, hold on. The weather like this all the time? Yeah, it's 365 days a year. About 355, you're going to get somewhere between 75 and 85.
Yesterday was paradise here. It was beautiful.
Skip, what you gonna do? Unless you're a Harley Davidson exec, you not moving to Milwaukee. Skip, this is no disrespect to Milwaukee. I'm sure it's a great town. My brother played in Green Bay, and I've driven to Milwaukee before. But you're not getting athletes to move to in the Midwest, Skip.
Nope.
In the cold. Sign me up, because sign me up for Miami. People ain't staying over in Milwaukee.
Nope.
People not staying over in Cleveland.
Yep.
They'll stay over in Miami. They'll stay over in L.A.
So Giannis is now 3-5 in postseason series. Do you think he's losing any sleep over that? I say no.
No.
If he goes his whole career and wins a bunch of MVPs and Defensive Players of the Year, do you think, and he doesn't win a championship, do you think he'll regret it the rest of his life? He will not.
Skip, they ain't put that pressure on him like they put on LeBron. They ain't put that pressure on him like they put on MJ for not winning. They ain't put that pressure on him like they did some of the all-time greats. They haven't done him like that.
Right.
Maybe Skip, maybe because they don't, he's from Greece and, we don't know how to approach it. But they put pressure on LeBron James. They put pressure on Michael Jordan.
But again, I'm glad you brought up Michael Jordan, because obviously
Oh,